couple of inverse of quadratic function problems real quick. So let's go and get started. So first one is x squared plus 10x minus 17, and I want to find the inverse. Well, let's go ahead and get her started. Y is equal to x squared plus 10x minus 17. And this is very similar to what we were doing before. We're just going to swap out the x and y. That's the inverse operation. And I could do that at the beginning or the end. It doesn't matter. I'll do it in the middle, actually. So let's go ahead and complete the square. We could do other methods, but completing the square is by far the easiest. A is 1, B is even, so it makes it super easy. So I just go ahead and complete the square. Added 25, so I better get rid of that 25 at the end here. And I have y is equal to x plus 5 squared minus 3542. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead right here and do my inverse. I'm going to swap the x and the y. I'm going to solve for y. I'm going to add 42 to both sides. And as you can see, completing the square makes this a pretty simple process. I'm going to square root both sides, and since I have a variable involved, I am going to take both roots. There we go. And subtract the 5, and I am done for the most part. Negative 5 plus or minus square root of x plus 42. So my inverse relation, my inverse function is negative 5 plus or minus x plus 40. Of course, this is not a function in itself. This is the inverse of the function. We'd have to restrict the domain for it to be a function. Now, just to remind you, we can do a composite check where we can do f of negative x. Oh, I didn't write that very neatly. Or f of inverse of x. Either one will work, and it needs to come out to be equal to x. Well, of course, the easiest way is to do this. And the reason is because it's going to be darn simple. I could plug this into x over here, and believe it or not, it'll work out just fine. But for time reasons, I'm just going to do the easy way out. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to negative 5. I'll take the positive root for now. It doesn't matter. I'll still get x either way. And I'm going to plug in this x squared plus 10x minus 17 in for x right here. So I have x squared plus 10x minus 17 plus 42. And we're just working backwards. Negative 5 plus x squared plus 10x, you bet, it's 25. And I have a perfect square trinomial. Negative 5 plus x plus 5 squared. And that's just to the 1/2 power. So something squared to the 1/2 power is just going to be itself. So it is going to equal to negative 5 plus x plus 5, which gives me x. All right, next example is just same thing. We're just going to get more practice in completing the square. And I'll go ahead and swap the x and y out after I complete the square. So I got to make that a equal to 1. That's going to be 8x. And then I'll keep my 23 over here. All right. Complete the square real quick. Oh my goodness, what happened here? That did not work out. There. I don't know why I did that. Let me erase real quick. That was annoying. Here we go. Okay. So where was I? I was about to complete the square. All right. X squared minus 8x plus 16 plus 23. I didn't really add 16. I subtracted 32, so I'm going to have to add 32. All right. And let's see. Continuing on. X minus 4 squared. That's 55. All right. I'm going to go ahead and swap out my x and y. This is my inverse operation right here. Y minus 4 squared plus 55. So I have x minus 55 is equal to 2. Y minus 4 squared divided by 2 is equal to y minus 4 squared. And I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Again, I have to take both roots. We got variables involved. The whole thing gets it. And here we go, just about done. And my inverse is this. Voila. Okay. Now, again, just to recap, you're just going to swap out your x and y. You can do it at the very beginning. You can do it at the end. Has to be done somewhere in here. And completing the square is by far the easiest way to do these puppies. Alrighty.